couple of years ago, my husband and I realized we wanted a more independent lifestyle, less supporting large corporations and more rooted in self-reliance and our local community. At first, the change felt really overwhelming, so we decided to take one small step, gardening, and honestly, we have fallen in love with it. Starting was the hardest part. Social media made me feel like I'd already failed, but the truth is, if you have dirt, a seed, and water, you can grow something. I hope these casual little garden tours inspire someone out there to join in the backyard gardening fun, or as we like to call it, passive rebellion, and take one more step towards an independent, self-reliance, and healthier lifestyle. Hi friends, welcome back to A Moment with Hales. We are going to be doing my 10th garden tour of the 2025 season. I'm excited to show you what we have going on and what we're also going to be preparing for our fall garden. So we're going to be talking about saving seeds. We're going to get some potatoes in the ground and going through what we have going on at feeling like kind of the end of summer, which I know it's only the beginning of August, but kind of feels like I'm ready to turn over some of my beds and get some new stuff planted. So let's get started. I think we have kind of hit a finishing line on my green beans. I have a few flowers left, but I think I got a total, I don't know how many pounds I should have been weighing, but I got 4 or 5 different harvests from my green bean plants. So they did really well this year. I love the variety that I have. It's a jade green bean and it's a bush bean. So these ones are looking good down here. So I am leaving probably the rest of them that I'm seeing on the plant so I can save them for next year, which I showed you guys how to do that last week. But I'm looking to see if there's any finished ones that I can harvest where the seeds could go ahead and be taken out, and I'm not seeing any yet. So I'm just gonna let these green beans stay right here on this plant because I loved it so much. Let them turn brown, like this one's kind of turning brown now, but let them completely turn brown, dry out, so I can have plenty of seeds for next year. As I shared before, my zinnias were a slow mover at the beginning of the season because I did not do them by seed in my seed trays, which I definitely will next year. But let's go ahead and pick out some zinnias to help encourage the growth because I'd like these to go for as long as possible. I think I see some blushing tomatoes and also something really weird going on in my tomato bush. So if you know about tomatoes, let me show this to you. Okay, so I have some blushing tomatoes, which I will get to, but this is the weird thing, which I think it's roots, but I don't know. Do you see that? Okay, is this the tomato rooting out the stem right there? And its roots are just like, if this, because tomatoes can root all along their stem. You can see, like, I think those are roots wanting to come out. I don't know for sure, someone can tell me. But if this tomato is trying to root right here, that's wild. What a cool plant. Tomato plants are amazing. And look, I see a tomato back there. Do you guys see that? Okay, let's get picking. Here is my tiny little tomato harvest. I still have a few on the vine, which I'll show you. I have one massive one that might beat my record from last year. I do pick them. This one, it looks like something was snacking on it. It's turning a little red though. I do like to pick them as soon as they start blushing. I do this because it gives me the opportunity to enjoy the tomato and not nature. So you'll see some of these are still green up at the top, but I am gonna go ahead and pick them and bring them inside. I leave them on my counter upside down and it helps them ripen. And that way I'll get to enjoy it, not all the little critters outside. Another example would be this tomato. I did pick it really early. It's blushing just barely at the bottom. I did go ahead and pick it. I'm gonna leave it on my counter and let it blush. The other thing is at the end of the season, if you feel like you're gonna have critters eat your tomatoes or you want to enjoy them and it's gonna get cold or frost or whatever, you can always pick them early and do fried green tomatoes. There we go. My little tomato and green bean harvest. Here is my pepper bed. If you watched the last tour, I did put the twine through here to try to hold some of them up, but it looks like they're doing all right here. So there's a little pepper, there's another little one. I have one going here. So we'll see. Oh, another one going there. This was the first year I really tried to give my all to peppers, and I'm watching other gardeners and they just have so many peppers. I'm just wondering if they don't grow great in 7B. Oh wow, look at those. Or if it's just an end of season kind of harvest. So we'll see. I'm glad I let them go because it looks like we still have quite a few on there that will hopefully be delicious to enjoy. So one of my big disappointments this year for my garden, which we all have disappointments from time to time in the gardening season, is my trellis that fell. I loved it. I was so excited about it. I feel like I still could have had cucumbers going, but at this point I'm kind of giving up on it. Really don't feel like crawling under there. It looks like everything is yellowing and dying, and we actually, oh my gosh, look at that melon. We waited too long. Okay, this is just heartbreaking. Like, honestly, it's hard. I want to rip it out. I think tomorrow this is going to be gone, because all the work that went into this, and for it to be like this is just honestly depressing. And I think it's time to move forward. I think it's time to pick what's in there, enjoy what we can, and just move on with our lives, because sometimes it's best just to keep moving forward instead of looking at the same old thing. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, so everyone can look at this trellis, remember how beautiful it was, and say goodbye, because it will be gone. This is going to be our last little harvest from the melon and cucumber trellis, except I think there's 2 more. Let me show you guys. After those ripen, I'm going to be done. We have this one here, which is looking good. It's turning, but I don't think it's ready yet. It's still pretty dark green. And then I have this one up here, which I think is going to be ready soon. I just want to give it a little more time, and then one other one down here as well. So after I get those 3 out, we will say goodbye to this trellis. And we decided to enjoy one of these melons tonight and opened it up. We're very happy with the look of the cantaloupe. We've been waiting since April to go ahead and enjoy these, so we did. Here's a little update on the broccolis. I planted them at the perfect time because we had this weirdly cool weather that came in, so I feel like they had just enough time to get comfortable and get ready for the heat that's going to be coming back. But the broccoli is looking like it took very well. And if you see this here, this is all lettuce that is started from the seed that fell off the bolting lettuce plant. So I think I'm just gonna let it go for it and see what happens, since the fall season's coming upon us anyways. But the broccoli is looking very delicious so far. I can't wait to see them continue to grow. I'm spotting another blushing tomato. I don't know what variety these are. We bought it and this came with it, but since then I really can't. Maybe it starts with an X. I can't really see what type of tomato this is, but I am going to go ahead and pick this one since it's blushing. I'm waiting for the other ones as well to blush, but I don't know what, this is a really unique shape. So does anyone know what that is? I accidentally cut the one next to it too, so we might be doing fried green tomatoes. I actually am going to be doing some fried pickles, so I might just throw in this tomato for fun. Here's also an update on the squash. It seems to be doing well. It's enjoyed the cooler weather that we've had too. Now I do have squash bugs. I'm seeing something's been munching on these. I don't think it's been the squash bugs. They're enjoying the pumpkins right now, but I'm hoping that they're gonna survive even with the squash bugs coming around. If you're watching my garden tour, you might be wondering, what is that light blue thing in her garden? Well, that is a smart bird bath sent to me by my partner, Bird Feed. This smart bird bath has the capability to record cute little moments of birds hanging out in your bird bath or on your bird feeder and send them directly to your phone. It also has AI technology, which can tell you what bird species are in your area. The link to purchase is in my bio, promo code Haley Barker. There's also 4 different fountain attachments, so the birds can have a different experience every time they stop by. If you would like to pick one up today for yourself or for a gardener in your life, make sure you use the link in the bio and promo code Haley Barker. Here's an update on our pumpkins. They're not looking the best. This one is still thriving, but something on both sides now has just been enjoying it. I really feel like these squash bugs are just gonna ruin my fall crop, which is just so annoying. We have one tiny little gourd still going, but if you look over here, you will see my problem. These. And I just cannot stay ahead of them. I think I'm gonna buy a lighter. I've been seeing people take a lighter and just burning off the eggs. I think I'm gonna try. I can't seem to get ahead of these guys. So I think the pumpkins are probably not gonna do what I want them to do, but I'm gonna try to enjoy it while I can. I have that little pumpkin there. It's growing up the cucamelon trellis, which I'm still amazed. We were both saying, my husband and I, it's definitely doing the lean, but it's still up, which I'm shocked. I didn't know the cucamelons would be like that anyways. And then we have the pumpkins trellising up towards the tomato plant as well, which is funny too. But I really don't have high hopes for my pumpkins. Again, this is gonna be my 4th year that they're just not working for me. So I don't know. I might just try to do some more a little bit later in the season once maybe the squash bugs are gone. I'm not sure, but these squash bugs were just killers for my gardening season this year. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how we save our spinach seeds. So you're gonna let your spinach completely bolt and flower, and then you're going to let the branches of it turn brown. You're gonna see these little pods that appear on the branches. You wanna wait until they're fully browned, and that is what the spinach seed is in. So you're gonna pop it open and you're gonna see the tiny little black seeds come out, and those are for your spinach. I have a bunch of these pods in a Ziploc bag waiting for me to open them. It's something I like to do during the winter months so I can have a little gardening in the winter. And last but certainly not least, let's check out these watermelons and go on a little watermelon hunt and see if any are gonna survive. Oh, I see one already. Oh, it's split, you guys. Oh my gosh, this gardening tour has been so depressing. I don't know how long this has been split, but it is definitely split. Oh. Here's one next to it. I didn't even know about these ones. Let's see if this one's split. No, not yet. Okay, the one thing, hold on. Okay, so this is disgusting. Hold on, I'm taking this to the compost. Okay, so I can say even with all these garden blunders, I do try to stay positive because we have a couple different things. One, when you're growing your own food, you can use it in compost. So even though I'm not gonna be able to enjoy that watermelon, I'm gonna put it in my compost, and it's going to help the rest of my plants for years to come be healthy and have healthier soil. Also, if it wasn't so disgusting, if it had just split, my chickens could enjoy it as well. So they would have a nice, healthy, organic snack. So even if you're going through some blunders like this, which is so frustrating when you've worked so hard since like February getting these seeds ready and then you can't even enjoy the harvest time, you can still use them for other things. So that's what's great. You can still repurpose it, even if you yourself don't get to enjoy it after all the hard work, it's still going to be a benefit to you. I went ahead and picked a few different watermelons because I found 4 more that were split. So I just went ahead and pulled these out. I don't know, they look really light to me, so I'm wondering if they just never ripened all the way. I'm not sure, but the watermelons were definitely depressing this year. So I think there are 2 watermelons left in the garden. The watermelons we picked were not ripened, and I do not understand what happened. I know when we get a bunch of rain, they can split, but they weren't even like that pink on the inside, but whatever. My chickens enjoyed them. I'll keep you updated on the others.